Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo,
My name is Cole 2K.
and this is the WWE Bash in Berlin results and AEW All Out predictions combo episode. For those of you who have never watched before every WWE PLE and AEW pay-per-view, we talk about the build-up to the shows and make our official predictions. And on subsequent shows, we break down the results, see how we fared in our predictions, rate each match on the co-op entertainment review scale of 1 to 10, and rate the matches as well. And today, we start with the results of WWE Bash in Berlin. This was this past Saturday. Yeah,
This one was Saturday.
Yeah. Small card. This is one of the international pay-per-views. Obviously, this one's in Germany. And we had 5 matches. So not a whole lot of wiggle room for the points for our predictions. But let's talk about the show itself. So things kicked off with the WWE Undisputed Championship with Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens. What do we think of this match? First of all, the build-up was basically the story was that Kevin Owens and Cody are friends, and Cody gave him this opportunity because of all the help that he's given him with the bloodline, and Kevin Owens is kind of just like, I don't deserve it. You know, I'm still your friend, all this kind of stuff. So, fully anticipated a potential heel turn here for KO. But did it happen? No.
Not yet.
No, it didn't happen.
Not yet.
Which makes sense. As soon as I saw that it was the opener of the show, I was like, oh, yeah, no. This is just going to be a straight up, just a match on the card.
Just a match.
Yeah. And it was fine. It was good.
It was a good match.
Yeah, I didn't have anything. I don't have anything really to say about it. Besides, I don't know. Kevin Owens to me works so much better as a heel that when I see him doing things like, oh, I can't take advantage of the situation. I can't.
That's.
I'm like,
that's not Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. That's not Kevin.
That's not Kevin. Yeah. That's not the prize fighter.
That's not. And they're probably going to build that up as the story, going forward with KO is starting to go back to his old style, and he's going to be ruthless again, and he's going to be the heel. I think we talked about it on last week's, or I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now, or is it last week? I don't know.
It would be last week.
Last week, yeah. Jeez. How there really is no heels.
Yep.
On SmackDown, so it just makes sense for KO to fill that void. Yeah, I thought it was a serviceable match and a good opener.
Yeah, it's they didn't do anything spectacular. They didn't, it definitely didn't drag the show down. It kind of started them hot with the, obviously Cody's entrance is going to get a big reaction, the big whoa in the fireworks. So I mean, you knew what you're going to get with that. Going in, of course, like you said, is KO going to turn? I think he eventually will, but I think it won't be a heel turn for a rematch. I think it'll be a heel turn for something else, whether it's going after LA Knight for the U.S. title or something else.
So you don't think he's going to turn on Cody? He's just going to heel turn somewhere else?
I think maybe he'll turn on Cody, but, in the next couple months, Cody may be starting to turn into the bloodline story. Whether he's going to, whether that's going to be a part of Survivor Series or start going into Royal Rumble. Because I know Solo is going to be going after Cody now. So maybe, so maybe KO might turn on Cody. I don't know, at some point to go with that, to go along with that.
Yeah,
but I don't, I think KO doesn't have to turn heel to be against Cody. I think he can just turn heel and,
do
wreck shop on on SmackDown because there's no other heels on SmackDown really.
I do want to see him as champion again. I think he was a very underrated Universal Champion.
Yep.
And the fact that he never got a rematch really sucks. Yeah. So,
and the fact that got taken away the way it did sucked too against Goldberg.
For sure. Yeah. Don't even get me started on Goldberg. Yeah, so I give the match 7. It was good.
Yeah, give it a solid 7. Why not?
Yeah. How'd we do in our predictions?
Well, we were both sure on this one. Sure's the surest one on the card. So we both went 5 with this, and we both got 5 points with this.
Alrighty then. Tied going into the first. All right, let's move on to the next match, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship. So this was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the Unholy Union.
Yeah, say it right, the Unholy Union.
No, I don't want to. Defending against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Yep.
This match was bad. Am I the only one who thinks this was a stinker?
I wouldn't say it was a stinker. I mean, definitely of the 5 on the card, this was
the worst.
I mean, yeah, the worst.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't horrible.
There was a lot of slowness to it. It was like they were in slow motion half the time, especially Jade. I don't know, man. Jade is a beast, but she worries me sometimes.
She's definitely she's gotten better. I mean, she's more fluid. She sells more. She sells better.
Yeah. She's definitely dedicated. Like I can definitely see, that she's putting in the work and she's trying and all that. My soul hurts though. I really think she should have been in NXT. I don't think she should have been put right into the main card. I think that was a little hard of it was too hard of a push. I
mean if they're planning on having her be a big part championship run for WrestleMania, then I mean she kind of needs to.
She's got a lot of work to do.
It seems like it. I mean, I've never been in the ring, so it's hard for me to say she sucks. But sure. I mean, she
stands out in the wrong ways sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, she can't hang in the ring with the likes of Charlotte or Bianca or Rhea as a solo.
No. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. As for who won, we did get Jade and Bianca regaining their Women's Tag Team Championship.
Yep.
In
a strong way.
Yeah, it was a strong win. It I don't know, man. I'm just the Women's Tag Team Championship in general. I just have no.
The tag team in general.
I think didn't we speak about this last week? How just the tag team division in general is just poop right now. It's just. I really thought that with Triple H coming in, he'd be like, "All right, let's go. We're doing this," and he just hasn't. I don't know what the deal is. Like there's so many tag teams in WWE now, and it's like, do something.
Is there though? There's not
for the men there is. For the men there is,
yeah. Yeah. For the men there's a good bit.
For the women, not so much. I still don't think they should have ununified the men's titles though. I think it should have been one.
No. Yeah.
One set.
I think so.
I think that might be half the issue is that they have a lot of tag teams, but not enough to split the belts between them. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have one set for that division. But anyway, the Women's Tag Team Championship match. I don't have a lot to say besides I thought it was just not good. I'd give it like a 4.
4, 3. Yeah. I give it a 3.
Oh, you you defended
it
and now you crapped all over it. It wasn't good, man. It just wasn't. It wasn't smooth. It was very, very choppy. It wasn't great. And that sucks for Alpha Fire and
Hopefully, I don't know. There's
rename to Fire and Dawn.
Fire and Dawn.
Yeah. All right. How do we do in predictions on that one?
Points. This was my second most confident one. I picked a 4. You picked a 1. So after this
Oh,
one, I was up 9-6 after this after
9 to
this one.
6. Okay, Roger that. All right. Next up is the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I think I talked a little bit about like last episode how I'm not really a fan of the strap match. I think it's a little gimmicky. I don't like the whole like if I was designing the strap match, it would just be you're strapped together. If you unstrap the strap from your arm, you lose, and it's just a hardcore match basically. I don't like the whole having to touch the four corners. The I don't know. It just looks goofy to me. It's one of those things where if you're going to show wrestling to someone who doesn't like wrestling, this is not a match you show them. Because
Yeah, no, well,
it's just not good. It's not realistic. Like Punk's like dragging himself across the ropes trying to get to the thing, but he doesn't do it, and it doesn't look right. It's like just walk 2 feet. Come on, let's go.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, the strap matches that I remember back in the NWA or the I don't know if they really had many in WWF way back,
No,
but I
I
mean,
don't.
the straps were a
Oh
lot
well,
shorter.
no, they had the bull rope, the bull
Yeah,
rope match, which was
yeah,
basically the same thing, I think.
basically the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, the rope or the strap was shorter, so you actually
Mm.
had to pull the pull
Yeah,
your opponent to from corner to corner.
yeah. The strap was really really long in this match.
Yeah, it said 13 feet. So I mean, if
It's
someone
got
was
to be.
sitting laying
Yeah.
on the ground or laying on the mat in the center of the ring,
You could just walk around and touch all four corners.
yeah, you just walk around and touch all four corners. The lights kind of took it away from me, took away from it. It made it real like a modern look instead of like an
Mm.
old, like that old school feel that you want with a strap match, like something like that. So the
Yeah,
lights kind of took it away,
there was a
or
couple of
took
things
away
about the
from it.
lights that I wasn't a fan of. Number one, even Michael Cole called it out. He was like, "That light should be off. That light should be off."
Yeah,
Multiple times. I'm like, guys, how hard is it to turn on and off a light? Who
yeah,
in production's fucking this up? It's like, come
yeah.
on. You clear either they were just not paying attention or they had no clue what the match was and like why they were supposed to do it. And Triple H is probably like on the mic going, "No, now you got to turn off the green one. No, now you got to." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it just didn't seem like everyone was on the same page with that, so I didn't like that part of it. And I agree. Or maybe I misunderstood you, but I didn't like the look of the lights.
No,
Um,
no, I didn't like it at all.
I mean they have LED panels everywhere. They could have just extended the panel up and whoever touches it, it just lights up their like logo or their color or like you know what I mean?
Something, yeah.
Something a little bit more high production than just a freaking ambulance type light that you could get or like a goal light that you could get at the dollar store, you know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah. Or just, have normally have them unlit, but when someone touches it, light it just one color. And obviously, if someone's watching, they're going to know only one person touched it, so it
Mm-hmm.
only has to be lit up with one color.
Well, I think the reason that they did the two lights was because of that one spot in the match where Punk was on Drew's back as Drew was walking around touching the posts.
Oh,
Punk
yeah.
was doing it behind his back, so that's why I think that was the idea behind the two lights, which I thought was funny. Um, I don't know. I don't know. This match was awkward for me, honestly. It was fine. It was I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this match. It wasn't like a brutal destruction fest I'm assuming they're saving that for the Hell in a Cell match or 3 Stages of Hell
Yeah.
or whatever they end up doing for the rubber match. Also, strap matches just make me nervous. You know, having that thing on your arm when you're like going through the ropes or like falling through the ropes or like I don't know. It just looks scary sometimes. Where I'm like, ooh, that could have gone really bad if that held his arm in the wrong position. You know?
I know Punk's especially was kind of loose because it came off. It kind of came off once or twice during the match
Oh
too,
yeah.
didn't it? Yeah.
I didn't see it, but you know, maybe I was falling asleep. No, it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
So, I mean,
It served its purpose.
And they made it as safe as they could.
Yeah. I
mean,
they're professionals. I don't know. Anyway, Punk ended up winning with 3, I think, go to sleeps at the end.
3 total, yeah.
Yeah, he hit him on one, touched the post, went to the next one, hit him again, touched the post, went to the next one, hit him again, touched the post, and then went and touched the final post and got the win. And then he got the bracelet back.
And kept the bracelet.
And he's got it.
Through the end of the night.
Yes, he's kept it. So the bracelet's no longer a thing.
Or
is it?
Well, depending on what happened on Monday.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a sec. We'll talk about Raw after the pay-per-view results or the PLE results. But yeah, I don't know. My worries about this match from what we talked about on the previous episode of it not really being believable to me that Punk would win this match with Drew being such a larger dude. You know, you're attached to a guy that's just like, I mean, he's Brock Lesnar type beast mode, Drew McIntyre at this point.
Yep.
And Punk's just not. Punk's a vegan. He's much smaller, and it doesn't look right to me when Punk is like fending off Drew's strength. I don't know. That stuff just didn't hit for me. That being said,
you're a hater. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just not a
You're
fan
a Punk hater.
Match. No, definitely not a Punk hater. I love Punk. Punk's been one of my favorites for a long time.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm straight edge, but I'm damn near close to it. So I sort of resonated with him very early on. And just I'm very similar with his attitude of just like, if you put your effort into me, I'll put my effort into you. But if you're a dick or if you question my loyalty or any of that, you know, I'm very much like him. I'm just like, okay, fine, peace. You know, bye. I couldn't give 2 shits. You know, so I like Punk a lot, and I like Drew a lot. But I think their rubber match will be way better than this match.
It will be.
I think this was weaker than their match at SummerSlam, personally.
I don't know. It was no worse for me.
No.
I mean, one good thing that I did like it, and it was kind of a small thing, but it was a strap match, and there was blood.
Yeah, Punk got cut open. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was an accident, though, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what it was.
He just suddenly started bleeding, and there wasn't like a spot or anything. He just all of a sudden he's like, because the commentary team didn't even notice until a little bit of time went by, and they're like, oh, he's busted open. So I don't know if that was like on purpose or not. It's kind of tough to. I'd have to go back and watch it. I've only seen it when it was live, so. But yeah, the blood always adds to it. I'm glad that they're doing that again.
Yep. And it's not much when they do it, but when they do it, it's there is more meaning to it.
Yeah, AEW needs to learn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So on our scale of 1 to 10, I give it 6.
I'll go higher. I'll go about 8.5.
Oh wow, you liked it? Okay.
Yep.
That's fair. All right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good match.
All right. How do we do on predictions?
Both of us picked Punk, and both of us picked 3 points.
Oh, snap. All right. No
Yep.
change. All right.
No change.
All right. All right, let's get into our semifinal match, which was the Judgment Day Civil War, I guess, whatever you want to call this match. So this was the Terror Twins, which is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against Dom and Liv in a mixed tag match. This was good. I'm trying to think of what to say about it. Besides, I mean, I've been very negative on this show so far, so I'm trying to be positive. Like, it was very entertaining. I will give it. Like, it was very entertaining. I'm a huge fan of Damian Priest. Obviously, you'd be crazy if you're not a fan of Rhea Ripley. Dom is Dom. And Liv's, raised her bar pretty high.
Yep. So
there was nothing wrong about this match, except for one thing. And again, I'm trying not to be negative, but there's nothing that stood out about this match besides this one point, which is, man, they still are making the Judgment Day look weak.
They've always made the Judgment Day look weak.
Yeah, but now they look like just chumps.
Yep. They do.
How many people they had out there during this match? 5, and the Terror Twins still won.
Yeah, 5. Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, the 2 people that are out of it are the ones who really made it impactful. The ones who really gave it the most credibility.
Yeah.
Damian and Rhea.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I don't know where this feud goes from here. I don't remember what happened on Raw. We'll talk about Raw. I don't know, man. There was a couple cool spots in this match. I liked when Rhea got Dom in like this triangle choke standing up on the turnbuckle, and just the look on her face was just like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And she's just enjoying it. That was really fun. I think did she get the Riptide on Dom? No, she got it on Liv.
She got it on Liv. She was going to, but Liv came from behind and hit her.
Right. That's right.
I think that's pretty much going to be the big payoff in the whole.
That's the finale of Rhea getting her revenge on Dom for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what the tease is. That's going to be the big payoff. Probably once she wins the title back from Liv.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whenever that, at the next pay-per-view. PLE. I'm sorry, PLE.
PLE. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still of the opinion that Rhea should be facing dudes at this point. she's so. I just look at her and just see the investment in her as she walks out. She's singing her song. There's never a dull moment on her face where she's not she's not on. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Some of these wrestlers that you'll see, when the camera's not on them and it suddenly pops back on them, they'll be like, out of character per se, not doing anything crazy, but like you can just tell they're taking a breather because they know they're not on camera. She doesn't do that. She's always on.
Yeah. She just has that look of she just looks like that's the real her.
Yeah, she's in character from the time that she steps through that curtain, probably before she steps through that curtain, to the time that she leaves, which is fantastic. She's a star, plain and simple.
She is.
So the Terror Twins won when Rhea pinned Liv after they fended off an attack from the entire Judgment Day.
The entire Judgment Day. I think they need to go recruit more.
Yeah, they need something because it ain't working.
I mean, they are still tag champions.
This is true, and they're not defending their titles
again.
All right, how we doing our predictions on this one?
This looks like this might be the deciding one. I picked the Judgment Day for 1, and you picked the Terror Twins for 2.
Oh.
So you jumped ahead here by 2.
By 2 points. Okay.
Yep.
Damn. All right then.
Or at this point, you were. I was
I think we're
8.
even at this point, right? Or one ahead.
I was at 12, and you were at 7, 10. I was at 12, you were at 11.
All right, and let's get to the main event. The main event was the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther defending against RKO, Randy Orton. The intros were pretty cool. I wanted to kind of mention that. They had Ludwig Kaiser do Gunther's classic intro. The ring general.
Gunther!
So good.
And of course, that got the huge pop because Kaiser's from Germany, and
Yep.
I mean they kept saying that was Gunther's adoptive home or adopted home.
Yeah,
even
he's
though
not
he was
from Germany.
Austria.
Austria,
Yeah, he's
right?
from Austria. Yeah.
So
But that's where he spent
Close
a lot
enough.
of his. That's where he spent a lot of his beginning years wrestling, was Germany.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, great intros. They're both incredibly over right now. The crowd clearly was on Gunther's side, but they definitely weren't booing Orton either.
No, they weren't.
This was very much a face versus face match as far as crowd reactions go.
And it's
which is
hard to
great.
boo. I mean, it would be hard to boo Orton, even if he's a heel.
Hard, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, it depends on what he
We'll
does.
see.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully,
he's a good heel.
hopefully
Man.
we will see.
Yes,
We'll see a better heel.
Yeah, so he recently said that he signed on for a 5-year extension on his contract, and this was only after 6 months, I think, maybe after he said that he signed for 10 years. So he's gonna be around for a while.
I mean, he'll probably eventually be on that Brock Lesnar schedule or Roman Reigns schedule where he's. I mean, he's already wrestling a lighter schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still
he doesn't have shows as often anymore.
He's still making most of the TVs. He's still on TV most of the time, but he's just not having matches.
Yeah.
Every week like he used to before he got hurt or before he was out for a while.
Yeah, they're protecting him for sure. That's
For
a
sure.
smart idea. They need him right now. Yeah. So as far as the match goes, there was some great stuff about it, and there was some not so great stuff about it. We got the classic Gunther match where there's some hard hitting and some great counters and reversals, and everything is very stiff and deliberate, which really is what makes Gunther awesome. He really reminds me of just like a complete old school wrestler, just Bruno Sammartino like in his style, which is amazing. He's already so credible as a champion. It's bonkers. It's just he's really good. He doesn't even have a finisher really, which is crazy.
It's just whatever he decides to do.
Yeah. I think
sometimes it's a power bomb, sometimes it's
as his finisher because he's done that he's done that to win 2 matches in a row now. So I'm pretty sure they're going with Sleeper as his finisher. But great. The only thing I didn't like about the match was it got really slow paced at certain points.
It did get slow paced.
And actually, I had noted this because I was very confused. Randy's intro was freaking long. He was out there posing and all that stuff for a long time. And so I'm thinking Gunther's got to have some sort of like extravagant intro.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
He comes out. I was like, what were they waiting for? Why was he out there for so long? I'm wondering if the previous matches actually went quicker than they were supposed to, or at least one of the matches maybe went quicker than they were supposed to. So they had a lot more extra time. So Randy was like, well, I'm just going to take my freaking time. I'm just going to absorb it.
Or just let him sing.
Yeah.
Just let the crowd sing. Be a part of it.
Yeah, they did the wave at one point.
Yeah, they did.
Which Orton recognized and did a little wave.
Yep.
which was very smart and very veteran of him to do that, because if he hadn't have acknowledged it, they just would have kept doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they did that, because normally when they do a wave, it's a sign of boredom.
I used to start them all the time when I would go to baseball games.
Oh, baseball, sure. Baseball makes sense, but
Yeah.
wrestling, it's like you have to pay attention to what's going on in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, baseball's so slow that, sure, you know. But yeah, like I remember people doing waves at when Orton was facing like Sheamus for the 80th time,
Or Cena
or Cena
for
for
the
the 80th
200th
time.
time.
Like that's what that
Or
normally
Edge
means. Yeah,
for the 800th time.
yeah. So I was like, that's weird that they're doing that. I think they were just super excited, you know, and they just wanted to do something.
Yep. They had a lot of energy.
A lot of energy. Yep. So, yeah, I thought it was a great match. Didn't like the slower pace of it. That's kind of Randy's style, but it was overly slow at certain points, especially when they were outside the ring. He just took his ass time. It was a little egregious at certain points for me, but it was still a great match. Not enough chopping, though, I will say. I watched the Gunther matches for chop fests, and Orton clearly did not want. He didn't want
Orton
to
does
take those
not
chops.
like to be chopped. He hates being chopped. And you can tell when he did it. When he gets chopped, he hates it.
He's like, oh, I hate this crap.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, he hates that, and I don't blame him. Like, especially at Gunther chop, and those things are not slaps. They're thuds.
Those are big frying pans across your chest.
Yeah, it's like getting chopped by Big Show. It's brutal. Yeah, do you have anything to add about the match that I haven't covered?
I do like the psychology of it that they had. The story of Randy going after Gunther's right arm.
Yeah, shoulder and yeah.
His shoulder and his arm, because that's the one that he would normally chop with. The one that he if he doesn't have two arms, he can't get big stud Randy Orton up for the power bomb, which they played that up too. So I do like that, that they did go that route of making Gunther weak by doing that, or
weakening him within the story
like that.
Yep. No, I agree.
Rather than just a RKO out of nowhere.
Was there a ref bump at a certain point?
I don't think there was.
Because
if it did, it was inconsequential.
Yeah, there must not have been, because I remember being confused at one point, because I was like, the refs being very lenient in this match, because they did some, I don't want to say hardcore or no DQ type match stuff, but like they teetered the line. I mean, Orton dropped him through a table at one point.
Yeah, and there was a couple low blows, I think. Or there was at least one.
Yeah, so this is why I hate this move. It's not a low blow. Orton does this thing where he like stomps on your stomach, but it's like so low on the stomach, it's like at your pelvic region. So it looks like a low blow, but it's not actually a low blow. It's just a really low on your front shot.
So it doesn't quite get him in the yam bag.
Yeah. And it sucks too, because I don't think the commentators even recognize it, because they were confused why he wasn't disqualified for that. Because both of, I think it was Pat McAfee was in the match, if I remember correctly, because this was his last show.
No, it was Wade Barrett.
Was it Wade?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Pat was done at SummerSlam, or maybe no. Wait, Pat's. Pat. Pat. Yeah, you're right. Pat's on Raw. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
He's gone until January. Okay. Yeah. So it was a great match. I give it like an 8.
I give it a 9. I really liked it.
Cool.
Definitely the match of the night for me.
Nice. Yeah, it was match of the night for me too. I would agree with that.
Everything I expected from the big meaty men like that.
Definitely. No real shenanigans.
Nope. Pretty much the whole show. There were no big
Besides
shenanigans.
the Judgment
I
Day
mean,
getting involved.
yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty much a straight up match. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. How do we do on our predictions on that one?
Well, in order for me to win this, because you bet 4 and I bet 2, I needed Randy to win if I were to win this. But we both picked Gunther. You for 4, me for 2. That means you swept all 5. And I missed 1. I missed the Judgment Day for 1. So final score was you had 15 and I had 14 points.
Damn. That's close.
Yep.
That's the closest we've had yet.
Yep.
1 point.
So
1 point away.
Just the one match on the one that I was the most unsure about.
Unsure about.
And it cost me. Yep.
Yeah. And new.
So, and new.
I got to get your belt so I can.
I should send you the belt.
Yeah, just ship it back and forth. By the time I get the belt, it might be back on your shoulder.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I'll get a belt one day, and then I'll be able to do that. But cool. So 2-time champ probably will not last more than a few days because we'll get to the AEW card in a moment. Let's talk about Raw a little bit. So Raw had a couple of things to note. Punk called out Gunther for a World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah.
And then got attacked by Drew McIntyre, and the bracelet got stolen again.
And destroyed and shoved down Punk's throat.
Oh, yes, that's right. He didn't steal it. He just went and
shoved the beads down Punk's throat.
Oh, yeah, and he shoved the beads. That's right. Yeah. So I guess that was just a tease for Punk and Gunther down the line, and we're getting Punk Drew 3 to finish things off. Yeah, I hope it's a Hell in a Cell match or a 3 Stages of Hell or just a street fight. Something just let them. I want to see these guys crush each other.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's going to be Hell in a Cell. That Bad Blood.
Bad Blood makes sense. Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of 30th.
7. It's not 30.
Not 30 yet.
It was 97.
97.
Let's see.
Yeah, that sounds right, actually. Because it was after the screw job, but it was not before 2000. Or it wasn't after 2000. So it was definitely...
Yeah, 97.
97, yeah. There you go. So it'd be, 25 years?
27.
27.
Yep.
So, yeah.
On the 27th anniversary. To the day.
Oh, to the day?
To the day.
Well, that was not done on accident, my friend.
No.
Yeah, so the question is that the only Hell in a Cell match we get on that pay-per-view? PLE?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, I do not want them to do... Please do not go back to the Hell in a Cell PLE. You know what I mean? Like, bring in Hell in a Cell when it makes total sense for the story and do something special in that match. That's what that match is for. That match is not just to have a match in a cell, because I've seen...
And it doesn't have to be a big, huge, giant bump off the top.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be that kind of craziness, no. Because that's what people expect. You can't just give them what they expect. You have to think outside the box, you know? Maybe not hang someone from the cell like they did at WrestleMania, but...
No, probably not the best idea.
But something, something different. Okay. What else they do on Raw? We had... What happened with the Judgment Day? Anything special? I don't remember.
Rhea called out Liv. I mean, they opened the show. Rhea called out Liv. Dom came out. Liv came out to Dom came out to distract her. Liv attacked her from behind. They beat down Rhea and Damien came out to make the save, and Liv and Dom ran off.
Oh yeah, Jay was there too.
Yeah,
because they were doing the eat.
Yeah, that was after it went off the air. Now, if something happened at the end after Jay won the match, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
that was a little too late for me, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Jay was in a match for the Intercontinental tournament.
Yeah, he was in a triple threat match for the
Yeah.
IC tournament, which
Yeah.
he
Speaking
won.
of which, we didn't talk about that. Bronson Reed pulled out of the Intercontinental tournament because he's got COVID.
He got the Rona.
He got the Rona. Yeah, so he's under
my Corona.
yeah, so he's under quarantine, so he can't. That really sucks for him.
Yep.
American.
So he was replaced by Braun Strowman in his match.
That's right.
And Braun Strowman won.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with this. This is a big tournament for for the Intercontinental belt. And
all these tournaments.
Go ahead.
They're all triple threat matches to qualify. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is fine with me. They're exciting.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's just when it's the same thing over and over again like that, it just gets a little repetitive.
That's fair. I don't think.
But they're good matches, nonetheless.
I don't think Braun's doing anything while waiting for a challenger, though. That's the only problem. He's just kind of. I don't even
walking around with his dog and talking to people. Now, last week he did tell Jay to back out. You don't want any part of this. Back out. Because of family history, your family has never beaten my family ever, kind of thing. You're not going to be the first one to beat anybody in my family, kind of thing. So you need to back out. So I think that's eventually where they're going to head. It's going to be Jay and Braun. But for now, Braun's got Sammy next week, I think. Sammy's getting a rematch.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Sammy, Sammy challenged Gunther to a World Heavyweight Championship match, which is interesting.
Yeah. Everybody wants Gunther now.
Everybody wants Gunther. What else happened?
American Made got a win.
Yeah, they got a win finally against Alpha Academy, and then they challenged.
But they challenged the Wyatts. I think.
Yeah, they challenged the Wyatts to a street fight next week, 4-on-4.
4-on-4.
Yeah, that should be pretty cool.
But it was Ivy Nile that got the win over Maxine. I would have liked to see.
Yeah.
Either one of the Creed. Well, Gable wasn't part of the match, but I want to see Gable or the Creeds get a win. They've lost every match since they teamed up.
Definitely not even booking for sure.
No.
What else do we have? I think that was pretty much it. Oh, Ila Dragunov also he qualified for the tournament.
Yeah.
Or advanced in the tournament, I should say. The Unholy Union became the #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships already. I guess we're getting another match between Fire and Dawn and Jaden. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I think that was basically it. I think we've covered everything. All right. So, let us move on to our AEW All Out predictions. So, AEW All Out is this Sunday as of this recording. I think it's this Sunday, right? Yeah.
It is Saturday. It is
Why
Saturday.
is it Saturday this time?
Because football was on Sunday. NFL.
And they're like, oh crap, our ratings are already in the tank. We can't do this.
Tony is involved in the NFL too, so he's pretty much said that he's not going to go against the NFL at all.
That's fair.
That is originally why the pay-per-views for them started on Saturdays.
Yeah, and then they moved them. Yeah.
Yep. So during the summer and the spring,
just to avoid football.
Could be.
They never really talked about that. They just kind of did it.
I like it better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's get to the AEW card. First off, what I want to say is 2 weeks of build up to a pay-per-view is stupid. This is stupid.
Now, a couple of the matches were kind of set beforehand, before All In. But, yeah, I mean, most of it's just
thrown together.
Yeah, most of it's just thrown together.
Brutal.
Where's this at?
Oh, I think Chicago, isn't it?
I think Chicago.
AEW All Out 2024 is in... yep, Chicago. They go to Chicago.
Chicago again. A lot. Yep.
Yeah. They are there all the time. Yeah, very strange. I get that they're a good wrestling crowd, but I mean, we all know what happens when you saturate a market.
I mean, we've seen the numbers. Their attendance.
Yeah, like eventually they're not going to care.
Keeps going down. Yep. And that eventually is now.
Yep.
For a lot of it.
So we have technically we have 8 matches on this card. One of them has not been filled yet because it's going to be filled at the last freaking second on Collision. So we might as well start with that match because we're not going to do predictions for this match because we don't even know who's in it besides the champion. So it's the Continental Championship. It's going to be defended in a 4-way match, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but 4 ways in AEW are elimination matches? It's not just the first to get a pin?
It is the first to get a pin.
It is the first, so it's a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like elimination style. Okay. So all we really know is Okada's the champion, and he's defending against a combination of... I have a listing here. So these are the matches that are set for Collision. So 3 of these people will be involved in the match. We have Orange Cassidy versus Brian Keith. I'm assuming Orange Cassidy's going to win that. It's a pay-per-view. Yep. Lance Archer versus Mark Briscoe. I'm assuming Mark Briscoe is going to win that. People seem to be high on him right now. At least higher than Lance Archer. And then...
Lance Archer does not win.
No.
Ever.
He's the equivalent of... what was his name in WWE?
A big guy that doesn't ever win.
Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins. Yeah. That guy's funny. And then we have... I'm not going to be able to say this name correctly, so forgive me for botching it. I'm going to give it my best shot.
The Beast Mortos?
Takeshita?
Yes.
Was that correct?
Yeah.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Takeshita.
Okay. It doesn't look like that whatsoever. It looks like
something else.
Takeshita. It's like...
Can't
do it, man. And he's taking on the Beast Mortos. Never even heard of
the Beast Mortos. He used to be in TNA Black Taurus, but I think CMLL owns that name, or AAA owns that name, and they can't use it.
Of course.
So he's the Beast Mortos.
Yeah. So I would assume that we're going to get Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Takeshita.
Yeah.
That guy. As the winners, but we'll see. So we're not going to make it. We're not going to make an official prediction for that one. We're just going to leave it as is. Who really cares anyway? No feud. It's just a match.
And that would be a negative on the hype meter.
Yeah, that would be exactly. That would be a negative for sure. No one gives a crap because you don't either. Just
but the match will be good. I'm sure the match will be pretty good.
Yeah. I'll watch anything with Orange Cassidy, man. I love that guy. He's so cool. He's great.
Maybe I'll wear my Orange Cassidy shirt on the recap show.
Who did?
I said maybe I'll wear my Orange Cassidy shirt on the recap show.
I thought you were talking about someone like from WWE was wearing a shirt at like a post-show conference or something. I was like, what? That'd be cool. All right, so let's start off with a match that we can give points to, which is the Lights Out Steel Cage match. What is a Lights Out Steel Cage match?
It's unsanctioned.
Isn't that what a steel cage
It's
match is? It's unsanctioned. It's not. It's got no rules. You just.
no rules. It's unsanctioned. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
they're.
hate these freaking stipulations they come up with. Lights out
I
steel
mean,
cage.
I'd imagine they're going to have an actual AEW referee and official down there at ringside. Um, I mean, there's going to be a time limit. There's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I don't know.
but
I have no idea.
I mean,
The other problem with AEW is if you go on their website to get the match breakdown, they don't tell you anything about the matches. They just have a little picture, and you just have to make assumptions or watch the show. There's no like read up or anything. So we got Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. So Adam Page has been basically hunting Swerve. He showed up at All In, didn't actually get to do anything against Swerve. So this is, I guess, just the grudge match, I guess. I don't know. Is there a reason Adam's so pissed at Swerve and wants to crush Swerve? Was he the one that lost the title to or something? I don't know.
No, going back to one of their 3 matches, or they had 2 one-on-one matches, and then they were both part of the 3-way match when against Samoa Joe for the world title. But prior to one of the matches, I think prior to their Texas Death Match, Swerve snuck into Paige's home and videotaped himself in front of Paige's baby's crib, watching him sleep. So like, so he did a whole breaking and entering thing, and snuck into the house. And
I mean,
yes, I mean they have actually told this has been an ongoing thing for quite some time between these two.
Right.
So it is a very deeply personal feud between the two.
Yeah, I fully suspect this is going to be a bloody, brutal match.
Based on what their Texas Death Match was.
Hold on. Yeah, was the Texas Death Match the one where Adam dripped blood into Swerve's mouth or something like that, or like I can't remember what No, Adam drank Swerve's blood, right?
Yeah, he stapled a picture, his child's picture, to Swerve's face.
That's right.
And drank blood.
And then went upside down and just drank the blood that was dripping off his. Oh my god! Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, these two should have just a brutal match.
Yeah.
Cool. As far as predictions go, I've got Swerve winning this. I think it would suck ass for booking to have him lose his championship and then lose the follow-up match. I mean, if you want him to lose momentum, then I guess have him lose twice, I guess.
But
that being said, I can also see Adam winning because he must be due for a push at this point. So I don't know. Could go either way.
I'm trying to see. If I'm not mistaken, Swerve has won every match between the two that they've had in this feud.
Why'd you tell me that now?
Because for that one reason only, I pick Adam Page.
All right. Damn, I can't disagree with you there. Now, I'm not super confident. This is my 2-pointer.
Mine's only 1.
All right. So I could pull ahead here if Swerve wins. All right.
But I'm with you. I don't like Swerve losing the title 2 weeks ago and then losing again to Page.
Yeah, it sucks.
But Page hasn't won a feud. Page has not won a match in this feud.
Yeah, that makes sense for him to win. It'll probably be a cheap win, but it'll be a win. Damn. Okay. You're recording this, right? Our point totals.
Yes, yes, I am.
You're good. Okay, good. All right, let's move on. Cool. TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné defends against Hikaru Shida. There's like 2 weeks of build for this, so I don't even know what the build is, honestly. It's just they're having a match. I don't know. I have nothing to say, honestly.
They had a match. Shida was Mercedes' tune-up match about a month ago, like 2 weeks before All In. That was that was Mercedes' warm-up match. It was about 7 or 8 minutes. It was a decent match. I mean, no real story to it. Shida did cut a promo. I guess it was a pretty decent promo. She ended up getting Camille banned from ringside. So it is supposed to be a one-on-one. My guess is there's going to be a ref bump. The ref's going to be distracted, and Camille makes her way down to the ring, interferes, and I've got Mercedes winning. I mean, if they weren't going to have Britt Baker take the title off of her, then they're not going to have Shida take the title off of her.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I've got Mercedes on this one as well. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. To me, at least, it doesn't make any sense to have her win against Britt Baker, like you said, but lose against Hikaru. No offense to Hikaru. Just if you're going to lose against someone, it's got to be someone big, or there's got to be a lot more build-up than 2 weeks. So, yeah, I got Mercedes Moné for 4 points. How many points you got on this one?
I got her for 5.
Oh, snap.
I've got for 5.
Alrighty. All right. Next up, we got the Tag Team Championship. The Blackpool Combat Club defending against the Young Bucks. I guess there's a little bit of, build up to this one because they did face each other in that Fatal 4-Way in London, but I still don't really care.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No.
Oh, that was the trios, wasn't it?
That was the trios, yeah.
That's right.
The 3-way was Bucks, Acclaimed, and FTR.
So the Blackpool Combat Club holds the trios and the tag team championship?
No, they hold the trios. The Bucks are the tag champions.
Hold on. I may have found a problem with their website then. Hold on.
A problem with AEW's website? Go.
Yeah, because this is where I got all this information.
No way.
From. Because I swear to God, in the picture, it had them with the belts. Oh, it's because they're stupid. They put the trios belts in the picture.
Yeah.
Even though it's for the World Tag Team Championship, and you can't see but a small little sliver of the Tag Team Championships on one of the Young Bucks' shoulder.
Wow.
So prominently displayed in the picture for the World Tag Team Championship is the trios titles, and just a sliver of the World Tag Team Championship. Whoever, I don't know, man. Whoever does their website
graphics.
And their graphics are just amateurs, man. Just amateurs. That explains why I was confused.
But come on, TJ, they're a brand new company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, brand new company.
5 years with a company full of people that have been in the industry for decades.
Yeah.
But they're a brand new company. They're a young company.
No one's driving that ship. They're just not driving the ship. There's no one's looking at that.
God, You're so negative tonight. Come on.
I am, man. I'm sorry. I wish I had more good things to say. I do have good things to say later on in this. But yeah, I've got Blackpool Combat Club winning this one. I can feel the momentum of the Blackpool Combat Club growing, and it would be really cool to have them have both the tag team championships and the trios championship around their waist. I think it would just be really badass for them to be walking around saying we're both. But at the same time, I can also see the Young Bucks retaining just because they're the freaking Young Bucks. But I've got a feeling. That's where they're going with the Blackpool Combat Club on this one.
All right. For the reasons you picked the BCC, I felt the opposite, and I picked the Bucks. I just don't see the BCC holding both titles. I don't think they're necessarily disbanding, but they're in a trios with Pac, and Moxley's kind of doing his own thing, separate thing.
Yeah.
With Marina Shafir, with his little obsession he's got with Darby Allin right now.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. But I've got the Bucks retaining.
All right.
I think they're still doing their it doesn't hit. It's not as prominent as it was, but their whole were the
EVPs, yeah.
Versus AEW kind of simmered down, but I don't see BCC winning the titles for all.
All right. What's your points on that one?
Mine's 4.
Mine's 5.
Oh.
Wow.
Conflict.
That's going to be the decision. That's going to be the decision maker, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a big one.
That's the big. Yeah, that's the
definitely going to be a big one there.
That's the beast right there. Okay.
Not the Beast Mortos or the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, but that'll be the Beast Combat Club.
The Beast Combat Club. All right. Next up, we've got a Chicago street fight between Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander. I think they had a match at All In, but it was the pre-show. I think it was a tag team match.
It was a mixed tag match, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be straight up on this one. I have no clue who either of these are. I know that Willow was kind of getting a push for a little bit, but then it didn't really go anywhere. I remember she was like in a couple of title matches. I don't know, within the last several months at least.
Yeah, she had Mercedes' first title defense.
Right, yes.
Her title.
Yeah.
She has a title. I think it's a CMLL title.
Yeah, it's not an AEW one.
No.
And then Chris Statlander, I have no clue. No clue who she is.
She's the one that beat Jade Cargill in her last match to win the TBS title.
Gotcha.
Jade Cargill. Yeah. She was part of the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy and Trent and Chuck.
Mm.
And then she got not set up, but she got paired up with Stokely Hathaway, who she's with now.
Yeah. That was who she was in the tag match with, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Versus Willow and Tomohiro Ishii.
Right. Yeah, so I just don't know enough about these two to make a confident prediction. So this is my 1-pointer. And I'm just gonna go with Chris Statlander.
Okay. It seems like this has kind of been going on, fueling for a little bit. I think this is kind of the big payoff of the story. So I think because of that, I'm going to go with the babyface winning, and I'm going to pick Willow for 3.
Damn. Okay. Okie dokie.
And you pick Stat for 2?
Chris for 1.
Oh, 1. That's right.
Chris for 1. Yeah. Yeah, my 2-pointer was the Lights Out Steel Cage.
That's right. Yeah. So we got a Lights Out Steel Cage and a Chicago street fight.
Yeah, shocker. More
gimmicks.
More gimmick matches. I mean, it's not too bad. There's only 2 in this pay-per-view. Yeah. That's not terrible.
I mean, comparatively. It'll make a whole lot more sense if there were rules for the other 5 matches too, but it's
But it's AEW.
They're a little more looser with the
might as well just call them AECW.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Dante. He wants to talk. All right, let's move on to something I know a little bit more about, which is MJF versus Daniel Garcia. So MJF just came off a huge loss at All In, losing his American Championship, now redubbed the International Championship. And I don't know much about Daniel Garcia. Can you fill me in on him a little bit?
So when he came in, he was just a kind of generic guy. He eventually got paired up, got put in the Jericho Appreciation Society.
That's right. With
Jericho and Matt Menard and Angelo
Big
Parker.
Bill.
I can't remember. And Anna Jay. And Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara, yeah.
He's the one with the hip shaking dance.
Right. Yeah. The Fandango-esque. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I think I get him confused a lot with Ricky Starks for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I mean, same kind of body, body structure.
Same frame.
Yep.
For those of you who haven't figured it out yet,
Same kind of
I'm
match
clearly
style.
more of a WWE fan. I for the most part, I just watch the AEW pay-per-views, and that's pretty much it. Whereas with WWE, I follow it regularly. Like I don't watch the television shows typically anymore. I usually just watch the highlights.
You just hope that Booker T doesn't make his way to the main roster for a commentary.
Oh my god, dude! Don't do that. That would. Oh, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I would have to mute my TV for certain matches. That'd be awful. Don't scare me like that, man. I so desperately want to watch NXT, but I can't because my ears just ring of death and destruction when I hear him talk. Dog. Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yep.
Yeah,
wow.
Man. Whoa. What? Because he's not fucking paying attention. Yeah. Who's that?
But yeah, it does seem like they are kind of building Garcia up as one of the big future leaders of the company.
Isn't? Oh no. See, I'm getting him confused. Man. Ricky Starks is the one that everyone thinks is leaving for WWE.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Not Daniel Garcia. Okay.
Yep.
So this is a tough one for me. This is my 3-pointer. I'm gonna go with MJF, just because he just lost his championship, and it's very similar to the Swerve match where I'm just like, you just lost your title, now you're gonna lose another match. Like how far are we gonna dump you down the toilet? So I think MJF pulls the win out on this one. Maybe by cheating. It's not gonna be a clean win. He's still a major dickwad. He's our scumbag, and we love him for it. But yeah, I don't know. I can see a world where Daniel Garcia wins, but I have to go with MJF.
I went with Garcia.
Okay.
MJF put him out for a couple months. Came back hot to cost MJF his match at All In. I don't think they bring him back the way they did and have him lose.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
MJF can take the loss. He's kind of Teflon. I mean, he can lose and he can keep himself. He can keep himself immune from any kind of, going down the card just by the way he can talk.
Yeah.
Although I've been thinking for a long time, his promos are just getting so repetitive. It's just the same thing. Shit on the city they're in, crap on the person he's going against, say something about his family, say something about how he's a crappy human, whatever. It's just the same. To me, it's just the same promo over and over and over again from MJF every time. I'm just kind of getting kind of burnt out on MJF.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I like him. He does kind of strike me as almost CM Punk like in some of his promos, where he breaks the fourth wall so often that you become a little numb to it. I still like him though. But again, I don't watch every week, so maybe if I did, I'd be a little bit more of your opinion. How many points did you have for Daniel?
I have two for Garcia.
Interesting. Wow. So these two matches are big. We're almost in. This is probably the most we've disagreed.
It is. I think it is.
Which doesn't bode well for me.
Or it's
being the
for one of us.
Yeah, with you being the more AEW expert person here, I'm a little scared now. We might be just tossing this title back and forth. All right, let's move on. We've got 2 matches left. The International Championship. Whoops, hit my microphone. Hope all is good. International Championship. Will Ospreay, his newly won championship, defending against Pac or Pac, whatever his damn name is.
Depends on who says it.
Yeah. The Bastard.
Pac.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a story to this one? It just seems like he's just gonna face him.
Pac won a gauntlet match. He won a battle royale. He won some kind of match to guarantee a future
International
title match for the international title, and he's getting it now.
Cashing in on it.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah, nothing special. It'll be a great match though. Those two are gonna freaking light it up. They're both, fast, high flyers, crazy moves. So that'll be a great match for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see Pac winning this.
Nope. Me neither.
Yeah, Will Ospreay I've got for 6.
I've got 7.
Damn, man, I'm so screwed. So screwed. The ones we agree on, you have more points, and the ones we disagree on,
doing my math, your next one offsets this one for me.
Okay.
So, yeah, the next match offsets this one.
All right.
Because I'm pretty sure I know where you're going with this next one.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if we're not on the same page on this next one.
Yeah.
Which is the AEW Championship. The new champion, Bryan Danielson, defends against Christian. No, wait. Jack Perry. Okay. Jack Perry.
Well, Christian won,
he won the gauntlet match at All In so that he would have a title match for the AEW Championship. And then Jack Perry just kind of slipped in there.
But it's one that he can cash in whenever he wants it.
Oh, so it's like a money in the bank.
It's a money in the bank.
So he can do literally do that? He can cash in at any time, or is it like he can schedule it at any time?
That's what I infer from it, is that he can cash it in at any time.
Interesting.
I don't remember if they exactly said it, but that's kind of what they imply, or that's what I inferred from it.
If that's the case, I think it'll be a while before Christian cashes it in. I think Bryan will lose it before Christian cashes it in, or Christian will cash it in and lose. But I think we're all on the same page that we assume that when Bryan Danielson loses, he's officially a light part-timer at that point.
Yes. Yep.
So I can't see him losing to Christian with a cash in like that. It would be a shitty end his only title reign, and it would be a shitty way to end his career. But on the flip side of that, devil's advocate, that's exactly something that Christian would do to get him.
And he doesn't need to do that to get he's a damn good job.
Christian's maybe one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. He's so good.
I would agree with that.
He's so good.
For the longest time, I just didn't think that highly of him. I thought he was just always second fiddle to Edge, and in all those matches, he was the weaker one, basically.
I was one of the peeps when he was like really catching fire on SmackDown, and then he left to go to TNA because he wasn't giving
Tyson Tomko with him.
Yeah, when he had Tyson Tomko with him, the problem solver. Yeah. And then when he wasn't getting pushed, he was like, "Well, I'm not." I think he said in an interview, he was like, at that point, I knew that I wasn't going to rise any higher, than where I was. They just didn't see me as a top guy. So if I wanted to do more, I needed to leave. So he left.
Yeah, good for him.
For sure. So as far as Daniel Bryanson, what the hell's wrong with me?
Daniel Bryanson. I like that.
What the? Am I having a stroke? What's happening? Bryan Danielson, defending against Jack Perry. I mean, Jack's not winning this. There's just no way.
I don't get why Jack Perry's getting the title shot.
I don't know.
When he
beat Darby Allin, I guess that's why.
I guess.
Oh, but wait, isn't he part of the Elite? So
Yeah.
So that I mean, they can do that. I haven't watched the show. Have they given a reason for him getting the title shot? I just assumed that because he's part of the Elite, the EVPs were just like, here you go.
I mean, and they're bringing the, I know they, in part of their promo on Wednesday, on Wednesday this week, they were saying that the world title is coming to the Elite. So I think that's essentially why him. It's so that they can be brought to the Elite.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
as far
they
as
can
match
have all the
quality
singles
goes,
gold.
I think it'll be a decent match. Like, Jack Perry's not a terrible wrestler by any stretch of the imagination. He's definitely a better, like, hardcore type wrestler, though.
Yeah, he's definitely not a grappler like
Brian.
Like Brian.
Yeah. It's a little weird. I mean, the AEW Championship has to be the main event, but it's not a great main event, I gotta say.
No, not when you got Swerve and Page.
Yeah,
I can see that being the main event.
Maybe that will be the main event. I think that would be a better main event than.
I think it would too.
Brian and
I think that deserves to be in the main event over the world title.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
can't see any of them.
Yeah, so I've got Brian for 7. That's my 7-pointer.
I've got him for 6.
Interesting, sir. All right.
Well, our 7 and 6 are flip flopped, but we agree on them.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Definitely some big disagreements in there. Although, again, I'm not familiar enough with the AEW and the storylines and all that kind of stuff to be super confident in my picks.
I'm more confident in the ones. I mean, most of these are kind of Dynamite stories.
Yeah.
I mean, Bucks and BCC, there really is not a story. Willow and Stat, that's not as much Dynamite. I think that's been more like Rampage and Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, just kind of know of it. I don't watch those as much. I'll watch Collision sporadically. Rampage, I don't watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as stories, most of this stuff happens on Dynamite. Most of the build of these has been happening on Dynamite.
For sure. Okay. Is there anything else that we didn't cover that you can think of? Oh, there was one thing I wanted to bring up. I guess Odyssey Jones's career is just done.
If what I'm reading is true, I mean, just that it was because of DV, domestic violence.
Some domestic violence allegations, yeah.
Yep.
That sucks.
It does. I know they obviously thought a lot, or they thought enough of him to keep him around off TV for almost 2 years. And when he finally got his chance on TV, whatever it was had to have been really bad. And I guess it was.
Yeah, well, the allegations were set publicly in July. So WWE must have just not known. And then they figured it out and went, oh, shit, we just put that guy on TV. And just pulled the plug immediately. They're like, nope.
They must have done some kind of due diligence, some kind of look into it.
Yeah.
And found something out.
Yeah, very similar.
Let him go.
Yeah, very similar with the news about shit. What is her name? Nikki Bella and her husband having some issues there.
Yep.
And I guess she's filing for divorce after.
Oh, I did not hear that part.
Yeah. She's meeting with a divorce lawyer. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep.
Don't get in abusive relationships, people. It's not good.
Nope. Definitely not.
Nope. Some bad shit. Don't go there. So hopefully Nikki's good. Hopefully, I think they have a son. Hopefully
they
he's
do.
Good.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
rest in peace. Or go ahead.
I was gonna say rest in peace, Odyssey Jones's career.
Oh yeah.
You're done, bud. I mean, unless Tony wants to hire you, but I don't see that happening.
Speaking of rest in peace's career, I saw the trailer for the new Vince McMahon
Yes.
Netflix
We would be very hard
documentary.
pressed not to bring that up. Holy crap. That looks good.
It
That looks
does.
really
It
good.
does. That comes out.
I'm stoked for
Does
that.
all 6 parts come out at the same time, or are they releasing it?
I don't know. It's a good question. It said it was a multi-part series. I think Netflix
saw it was
normally
6 part.
shoves all their stuff out at once. So
I know some of the stuff, like I watch Cobra Kai. They do their series like that. They do half of it at once, and then the other half like 3 or 4 weeks later.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
what they'll do. They might do the full season all pushed out there, or they might do a weekly thing. I don't know. That's a good question. It didn't really say on the advertisements. It just says.
Oh.
I think it said available, so maybe it is the whole thing. I think it said available September 27th. Let me see. When does the Vince McMahon doc? It says it'll be streaming as of September 25th. All 6 episodes premiere on September 25th. There we go.
That'll be right before our Bad Blood preview episode.
25th, 26th. Oh, there's no way I'm going to watch all the episodes in overnight.
No? Oh.
I mean, I'll try. That's a long show. I mean, if each episode's an hour, that's 6 hours.
We'll see how long each one is, yeah.
Yeah, it looks real good. I'm kind of surprised that Vince. I mean, maybe it was in the contract that they signed, but for the interviews that he couldn't pull out if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, you would think that once all this crap happened, Vince would have been like, "All right, nix the documentary, and you can't use all my footage and all that kind of stuff." But there's tons of footage of him in the documentary, so I guess legally they're fine.
Like the whole trailer, about 80% of it was Vince talking.
Yeah.
So.
Well, from what I understand, the documentary was about his life, and then when the allegations came out, they stopped recording with him.
The shit was hitting the fan.
And they've changed the dynamic of the rest of the documentary, so it's not all just a look back at the legend. It's a look back at the legend and the downfall of the legend.
Yeah.
So that should be really interesting. I'm stoked to watch that. That should be very, very, very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to really comment on. I feel like there was another release though that we're not talking about. There was Odyssey Jones. Wasn't someone else let go recently? I don't know.
There's one in TNA.
Maybe that's who I was thinking of. Who was that?
Giselle Shaw.
No. That was another dude in WWE that was let go. But it's hard to keep track sometimes. There's so much going on between these 3 companies that it's really hard to...
Hopefully the White 6.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? What's wrong with you?
How dare I? Very easily. Very easily.
Let me see. Yeah, there was some other interesting stuff about Bryan Danielson. Said he was sent an almost cease and desist for his
about his yes chant.
His yes chanting. I guess they tried to copyright or trademark yes, yes, yes instead of just yes.
Like, you can trademark and copyright anything.
Yeah. So I think WWE was like, that's infringing on your previous use of yes, just singular, So I don't know how that's gonna go. The betting odds for All Out are available, so let's take a look at this. Might as well.
Oh yeah.
Betting odds, favorites. So for Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland, the favorite is Hangman Page.
Ah,
shit.
Okay.
Not by much. It's minus 300 versus 200.
Yeah. That's why I put
or
one on it.
however you say that. I don't know if you say it that way, but that's how I'm gonna say it. For Will Ospreay versus Pokemon. Will Ospreay is the overwhelming favorite, minus 10,000. I don't think I've ever seen it
Oh,
that high before. With Pac at plus 2,000. Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry also favors Bryan Danielson, minus 10,000 versus Jack Perry plus 2,000. With Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale. Chris Statlander is the favorite, but only by a little bit, minus 200. Willow Nightingale plus 150. MJF versus Daniel Garcia is close, but MJF is the favorite, minus 175. Daniel Garcia plus 135. So both those matches are very close for the betting odds. And Mercedes Moné defending against Hikaru Shida. Mercedes Moné is the overwhelming favorite as well, minus 10,000. Hikaru Shida 2,000. The fact that these numbers are so large makes me think that there's very few people betting on AEW right now. Because when you look at the betting odds for WWE products, they're never this high. They're always much smaller, which would only really happen if there was a lot of people betting, because the averages would go down. You know what I mean?
And I mean, they're just trying to make people want to bet the underdogs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about covers it. I could go into a rant about how stupid Hulk Hogan is. I could go into a whole bunch of other stuff, but I don't think there's really really a need to. I think he speaks for himself at this point.
I don't know. He was always my favorite growing up.
I know it sucks to see him just fall from
grace. Sucks to see that.
I cannot believe that WWE still signed him. I can't. You're just waiting for a shitstorm of bad PR from this guy.
Yeah.
Kind of the same with Logan Paul though. So, but they're taking bets on him. So.
Yeah, but Logan can contribute to the company in
that's true,
bringing money and having matches. Hogan can't.
That is a good point. Why are we risking bad PR for Hulk Hogan?
You can't really make a whole lot of money off Hulk Hogan anymore, unless it's merch.
Merch, I guess. Are people still buying Hulk Hogan merch? I guess. I don't know.
I've got one in my closet.
How old is it though?
Less than 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What did you buy?
No, just a OG yellow with the red Hulkamania.
Like an action figure or like?
Oh no, the T-shirt.
Oh, a T-shirt. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, the Hulkamania T-shirt.
Yeah, I can only imagine what Stone Cold makes off the Austin 316 shirt. Filthy rich man.
Crazy.
All right.
I think I've got about 4
around the bush.
Like the Steve Austin shirt here.
There you go. Broken Skull. Is that an IPA shirt?
No, Broken Skull Ranch.
Broken Skull Ranch. Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. I do have a Broken Skull IPA shirt though.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Of course. Yeah, I wish he would bring back the Broken Skull sessions. I really loved that show. That was really good. I
think he quit his podcast too.
Oh no, really?
I think so. I think he did. Yeah.
I wonder why. Huh? I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't listen, but I don't know. The Undertaker's podcast is really taken off though.
I haven't listened to that one yet. There's a few
feet
others too, but
it's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, he was talking. I watched the one where he got told by I don't know who his co-host is. He must just be just a wrestling knowledge friend of his, I guess. But he was telling about how Dom called out Logan on Logan's show. Did you see that?
I saw a clip, but about the
Japan.
Aren't you banned in Tokyo or yeah. Aren't you banned in Japan or something?
Yeah, aren't you banned in Japan? You can go there. You still wear the hat. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Taker was just laughing his ass off. He's just like, next time I see him, I'm gonna shake that man's hand. That's a good rub. That's a good rub. All right, let's wrap this up. I can be reached at COE_TJ Leo on Twitter.
And I'm at Cole2K, CULL, number 2, letter K.
And you can email us your questions, comments, concerns, blah, 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 at co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. Do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you want to subscribe, you can click up here in the middle. If you missed our last episode where we did predictions for Bash in Berlin, you can click down here. So maybe that'll make more sense for everything we talked about today. All right, this has been Wrestling Renaissance. We are out.
Take care.